Howdy everybody, this is Bo, and thanks again for watching my videos. Now yesterday I asked you guys a question. I said, hey, I need your help to prepare for a speech contest that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And for you to help me out, write a question in the comments below, or give me a situation. Now I asked this question to my Twitter followers, Facebook, and here on YouTube, and I got a bunch of questions. So I decided to take 26 different ones, or 25 different ones, shove them onto a PowerPoint presentation, which you see back here on the TV, and just going for it. Now, the way it's going to go is the roundhouse question. So, Random Question Roundhouse. Woo! Now, I have this thing called an interval timer. For any of you guys who've never used one before, basically what it does, it says for every 30 seconds, it will run for 30 seconds, then it'll hear a beep, and I'll have 5 seconds in which to read the next question, and then a beep happens again. That means I gotta go to the next question and keep answering them. I got 25 of those to do. It's going to be nutty, but if you guys are going to make it, it's kind of cool. I'll make sure everybody who got a question will get credit for it here, and if I get the time, I'll annotate them all later. Now let's get this thing rolling. After the first question is read, I hit the timer, and we get this thing happening. Fuck. Would you rather have a part of the pirates? Hold on now, ID10T error here. First time using this. Now let's try that again. Which would you rather make, a graphic novel about pirates, aliens, or zombies, and why? Well, actually myself, I'd rather go with the aliens, because zombies are so played out. It's ridiculous how many zombie videos and stupid pirate things there are nowadays. Aliens can be anything. They don't have to be human. They don't have to be anything other than just blah, anything you can come up with in your brain. And that's why aliens, it has to be the trick. You've got to go for aliens. Pirates, zombies, blah, talk about last year. It's nothing you can't do. Nothing that no one can think of. But that's the trick. Making something people will buy. Okay, here we go. Next one. What's your game? Well, my game's pretty easy, guys. My game is all about how to take stuff I love to do, stuff I love doing and showing it and sharing it with the world, and letting you guys kind of join in with me on the fun. And that's the beauty about this channel. That's the beauty about why I like YouTube so much. It's because people like me and you can talk. Right now, you can write a comment down there. You could ask a question, and I can talk to you. We've never met before. You're not on any of my social networks. You're not anybody. You're just a friend in the making. I'm waiting to be able to get an opportunity to talk to you. Next one. Is Skyrim your favorite game? If it is, then why? Now, Skyrim is an awesome game. I got to tell you this reason. Open world RPG games are the best. I don't like a game developer telling me what I can do, what I can't do. And that's the thing I think that sucks a lot about games nowadays, is the fact that they're so cookie cutter. I mean, if any of you guys have ever played any game back in the day, we're talking like the 90s and early 2000s, an RTS or an FPS game, it was like all about, okay, well, here you go, try to figure it out. It wasn't so cookie cutter. Next one. Is the San Francisco Bay Area a great place to live, and why? Well, now, the San Francisco area is spectacular. Not only is it great for food, but chicks, too. Now, I'm just saying that from my own perspective. I'm kind of married nowadays, but it's all good. There's a variety of people, variety of cultures. You have a big mixing bowl of stuff, and people will tell you it's really expensive to live here. Well, if you don't have a car, you don't have any of the variable expenses you have in like a big state like Colorado or Texas or any of that, no car is actually the difference in cost of rent from where you live now to where you could live. Bam! What would you do to change the world if you got rich? And what would you do to put a car in design? Alright, now if I got rich, the first thing I'd be doing is actually just buying the shit out of real estate right now, because you gotta be kidding me. You could find real estate ridiculously cheap. And if you got cash to play with, you could do some crazy stuff. In San Francisco, I believe, it was like, there's a default rate right now that's not too horrible because there's a lot of people with money in here, but back home in Colorado, I looked at my old subdivision and it was just rife with foreclosures. Spectacular if you have money. And what car would I design? Well, we'll find out next time. If you had one word to describe yourself, what would it be and why? I'd have to say, awesome, of course, because who's going to say anything negative about themselves? People who say things that are negative about themselves are just self-loathing, and you shouldn't be hanging out with them anyway. And I think from my perspective, you got to look at the world. You got to look at like what I've been creating. I've been creating a world full of just different people and circumstance, my wife's from Japan, my friends are from all over the world, and I would never have that if I wasn't awesome. You have to be what you want to be, otherwise nobody will go and... Okay, shit. If friendly aliens came in contact, would you want to go back to the planet in 10 years? Yeah, sure, I'll go back to an alien planet in 10 years. I think if I had to do... And Jesus, that's a long question, isn't it? Yeah, I'd like to go and check it out. I mean, I'd be pissing myself scared. You gotta be honest. I mean, for me, I only traveled internationally last year. And that's when I went to Japan with my wife. That was crazy for me, because, I mean, I've never stepped out of the United States. If you've never stepped out of the United States, you have no idea what the world's like or what long-term travel is like. 13, 14 hours on a plane? Sucks. Okay, how come butterflies are so beautiful and can't see their own wings? Now, I love this guy. He always asks me great questions. So, Julaws. Okay, so beautiful question about the butterfly wings. Butterfly wings, it's just there. You got to imagine every person is actually a butterfly with wings. All of us flap around the world. We do our thing. We talk to friends. We do whatever we got to do. But do you see what people say about you? All the good things, the opinions, the nice things that you've done, is actually the wings in your body and on your soul. It's your energy popping out of your body. Bam! Come on! If you had to convince someone to try Epicac. Now, for any of you guys who don't know what Epicac is it's a liquid that induces vomiting. The purpose of that is if you eat something poisonous or just really bad for you, you pop Epicac and you could pack. But it's really good for practical jokes. Now imagine this. You have somebody you don't like. I wouldn't suggest doing this, but someone you don't like, a little Epicac in the Mountain Dew or something, and that's going to be a waterfall the wrong side of the way that person wanted. Now, wouldn't recommend it, but Epicac is only good if you need it. Now, what's your favorite element? Whew! Quick, easy one. Thank goodness. Now, my favorite element in the world has got to be fire. Now, why is fire awesome? Fire powers everything. This television is actually powered by gasoline because in California, most of the power generating plants are actually gasoline fired. So I love fire. Fire is energy. Fire is a condensed expression of the energy and power that's outside in the world. With good, responsible people, fire can be an excellent asset to to everybody. Bam! If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why? Look at this. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening this year, you guys. We're finally going to get this under control. Now, being that I'm a desk jockey and incredibly sexy, it's a little difficult to have these little love handle things, especially when we in camera so much, because when it says it adds 10 pounds, in my case, it's probably more like 15, and I want to get rid of that, because I used to be back to like 180 pounds or something back in high school, and now I'm 220, but boom. Okay, what's your shit? That's the one I just did. Quick, if you had a heart grow 10 times, why did you do that? Okay, so this is a comment I got from a guy because he said he didn't like my video. He loved it and wanted to give me 3 thumbs up, not just the usual one. Now, that is this heart grows 10 times expression is actually from The Grinch Stole Christmas. It's when the Grinch finally says, oh my god, I'm going to give him back all the presents. And his heart grew 10 times that day, is actually a quote from Dr. Seuss. And it's just an expression of my love to you. Okay, midget wrestling. God damn it, Hans. Okay, so one of my buddies on Facebook. So, midget wrestling, hilarious. Who doesn't like midgets and wrestling? But if you combine the two, it becomes into like a nuclear explosion of spectacular. And, I mean, who's to hate? Midgets are actually going out there and saying, I want to be the wrestler. I want to go out there and make sure that I'm taking care of my advantage. See, they got an advantage. You guys don't take it as an advantage. They have an advantage, which means their small size and funny stature means they get to make money because you want to see them do some wrestling. Okay, if you're able to meet some kind of extraterrestrial race, what would you ask them? One question, what would it be? I want to have the source for an unlimited clean energy source. In which case they would say, and it'd probably mean a fission reaction. Or a fusion, actually. Fission is what we do now with nuclear power, which is we're basically heating up uranium to boil to go to steam, and nuclear power plants don't really power things with the nuclear material. They're just forcing water to boil. It's basically like a big, never-ending, tea kettle. So, there you go. That's bad. What are your thoughts on Pokemon and why? Well, Now, Pokemon, I never played this game, but I know of it, okay? And a lot of people appreciate it. Me, I love evolve games, so like the ones where you put energy into something and it kind of builds. And I do a bunch of flash games, like kind of like this, where you start with a little crappy thing, you keep playing, and then it gets better. And yeah, the other thing is I would do with Pokemon is just rename all the Pokemon dirty words and be like, oh my god, Spearo's Spooge attack was really good. I have no idea, so... Okay, would you bang Jennifer Aniston now or in the first episode of Friends? Yeah. Well, now that is a question I believe that this boy... I had to throw it in there because what the hell. Yeah. It's a lot more expensive to date Jennifer Aniston when she was younger than now when she's older. And if I want to go for the flash factor, I'd more than likely just want to be really good friends with Jennifer Aniston and bang all her friends. But since I'm married, that's not in the cards. So you never want to go for your top hot. You want to use the hot girl to find all of the other hot girls she's friends with. Then you keep your ties. Okay, why do we use words to talk, even if it's obscure? Now we have to use words to talk, but you realize right now that you guys are listening, but more likely you're watching. That's why this is not a podcast. This is a video cast. Now, think about it. You're watching me talk. You're watching my face. You're watching my eyes. You're watching how my face is expressing what I'm speaking. Now, if I got this close, you could see me. You could see that my face is talking, I'm speaking, and you can tell I'm not angry. I'm very excited and happy. That's because you're seeing me speak. Okay, bam! What do women or men want? Pretty simple. Now, men and women have basically the same need. We all want to be appreciated, we all want to be acknowledged, and we all want to make sure that we're doing something to better ourselves and others. Now, that's universal, right? You can take it into context, you can use it for any way you want. You could even say, if you wanted, that it's the root of all evil and all good. So doing things you like, doing things for others, and making sure you make yourself into a better person is exactly what men and women want. That's a given. Now, let's see, what am I thinking and why? Okay, let's see. Your username is Silent Truth JP. I have to imagine that you are a man of introspection. You take things in from the world and consider them fully and deeply. You hold them in your heart and you think about how can I make what I'm thinking right now be expressed so anyone else can understand me. Because understanding someone is really the core as to what we're doing here. We want to be understood. We want to have people come about and listen to us and take what we're really saying as a benefit. Bam! Lights on, lights off. Okay. Yeah, well, it depends if she's a double bagger or just a regular looking girl. Now, if you guys don't know, a double bagger means you have a bag you put on her face and then one for yours in case hers falls off. So that's a lights off just in case. But I prefer myself the lights on because then I get to sit there and play and I don't have to worry about anything. But not to tell that because my wife would get pissed off, but what's new? You're married, right? But lights on for me, thank you. I like seeing my prey, not just... Yeah, okay. Okay, would you choose to have everything you ever wanted or world peace? Well, that's a kind of a weird one because I'm probably going to go with everything I ever wanted. World peace, great, but chances, of course, that happening is not happening anytime soon. You just have a lot of people in leadership that are going to do whatever the hell they want no matter what. And then even if you had a thing where it was like totally level... Nobody cared. We all realized we're basically just a little pin drop on top of a pin on top of a pin. There we go. Okay, why am I so drunk right now? Well, I think after this I'm going to have to join you. Now, when you're drunk typing on the internet, it's good stuff. I'm glad you actually spelled everything properly. That's a plus. That means you're not too drunk. Now, being drunk is not a real big deal, but just doing it responsibly. Now, a lot of folks will get drunk and start doing things they wouldn't normally do, especially on the internet. YouTube for special. Oh, that's good. Okay. So, do what you're going to do normally. Drink what you want to drink, but just don't be a dick when you're on anyone, like when you're trying to portray yourself in public. That would be my thing. What is the best game of all time? Oh, yeah. 3. TIE Fighter for the DOS. That was old school. I'll probably do a video on that. One Must Fall 2079 or 2097, which I will also do a review on probably later tomorrow or today. And then my other favorite games, of course. Oh shit, what am I doing? Shining Force series and Final Fantasy series. Oh my god, those are wonderful. I mean, who here, when Final Fantasy VII and you saw that Aerith dies, you didn't like get a little worked up because you're just like, what the fuck? Okay, if you had to live with one food for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? Well, if you said food, I'm gonna have to go with Mexican food. Oh shit! No, he didn't. No, if I had to pick one thing, it was the only thing I could live on. Ugh, shit. Mexican food! Burritos, beans, rice, carne asada, cut up, little pico de gallo salsa right on the top of that action. And then you layer that thing in, put a little enchilada sauce on the top of that. Just, yeah, I love that. Oh, God. Thinking Mexican food tonight. What is the meaning of life? Well, it kind of correlates to what men and women both want. They both want to be acknowledged and thought of and portray and give something back to the world. Everyone in the world wants to do that. Everybody, from me to you and everybody, wants to have some kind of meaning. And the thing is, I'm the only one who can define what meaning is to me. You're the only one who can define what meaning means to you. Now, it's very ambiguous because guess what? No answer is correct. Maybe you want to be the best artist in the world. Maybe you want to be a great carpenter or a politician or an accountant. It's all up to you, buddy. But guarantee if you follow your heart, you're going to go there. Yeah! Woo! That was pretty good, you guys. So I really appreciate you guys submitting questions and answers. So if you thought that was kind of cool, which I thought it was kind of cool. I mean, I'm totally digging these. Do you think that the intervals were too short? Would you like me to go longer than 30 seconds per, or just do a hell of a lot more questions? I think as more people, if we get more people kind of happening and putting comments down, I may have somebody outside of me put together the slideshow and then just do these. Depends on how many views I get. If I get more than 1,000 views on this thing in a couple weeks, then I'll definitely pitch up and get somebody to build this for me. So that way I don't even know what the questions are at all. So I don't have any way of formulating them in my head. Now, thanks again. I mean, this is going to be really helpful for me because it keeps me on my toes and moving and remembering that even in 30 seconds, you have to make a point. When you're doing table topics or impromptu speaking, it does not matter about length. Okay? So in the case of these, 30 seconds, bam, get the point across, get something into someone's head, get something happening. That's what you got to do. It's the rice and it is ready. My wife's gonna be so happy. Now I get to eat some tasty food and a little later. Okay, Japanese rice maker. So you got to portray and give to people around you and make sure that they understand what you're trying to say. It doesn't matter. Just get to the nuts of the question. So when I was doing any of these questions, right? Oh, balls. Well, anyway, now I'm totally overexposed, but it's all good. Balls. So anyway, I'm going to end it here, you guys, before the camera's white balance goes shitty because of the extra light from the television. And thank you all again. Why don't you drop your comments on what you thought about how the format of this was? Did you like specific elements? Would you like to see different elements? And let's do it. Actually, it's kind of a fun little segment. So with that, you guys, I should talk to all of you later. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite, and just give me the love. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.